Howdy everybody, and welcome back to Malenia's Arsenal, the series where we fight Malenia and NG7 with every single weapon. And in this episode we'll be using the Poisoned Hand. Now before we get into it, I'd just like to ask you guys if you enjoy the content. Please do leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and leave a comment if you want to help choose what's next. Somebody suggested this one. I completely forgot to check who, though. I am so sorry. Anyway, let's read the description and get into it, shall we? A glove stitched together from the flayed skin of the victims of a butcherous bloodbath. Afflicts targets with deadly poison, raises attack power when poisoning occurs in the vicinity. Forged of an unyielding black impulse toward revenge fostered in those who have had everything burned or stolen from them. These are the weapons of the utterly downtrodden. It has a counterpart in the Maddening Hand. Both of these they're fist weapons. They have the standard fist moveset, so that's a pretty good moveset in general, by the way. Really high stance damage, which is why we're running the Axe Talisman. We're using the Kindred of Rod's Exaltation, because 2 damage boosts when poisoning is better than 1. Even though we're fighting Malenia, she is still weak. She's not weak, but she can still be poisoned. It would take somewhere around 10 hits the first time you poison her, but on fist weapons it should be pretty manageable. You could also run the Claw Talisman? The Jump Talisman, instead of Axe, but to say the least, charged R2s are really good against Malenia with fist weapons. This weapon's also really light, so you get that as an advantage. You can pretty easily just you can use basically whatever you want with it. As you can see, charged R2s are really good against her. And we got the crit for that, so it doesn't count, I don't think. Yeah, it didn't increase her damage. We do actually have Vow of the Indomitable set. As you can see, the damage is absolutely wonderful on this thing. Well, I tried to jump it. Only downside is the low range, but typically not a big deal, I say, as I get hit by 2 slashes because of the low range. Charged R2 into uncharged R2 is pretty safe on her. And ends up getting really good damage off on her. As you can see, we're kind of ripping through her health bar. We're likely to get a poise break again soon, honestly. His weapon's really good, though, even against Malenia. Whoops. That was a range issue. That was my bad. But as you can see, almost any opening where you'd normally get... Whoops. Wow, I deserve that one. I rolled, like, in reaction to her attacking me instead. Or... I rolled in reaction to her startup instead of her actually moving, which is so rare for me to do that, guys, I'll tell you. I mean, we're chunking her with every R2 now, even uncharged. In Phase 2, I have the combo Physic tier on, because you can actually get quite a few more opportunities to punish with comboing. I'll show that off once we get there. Mainly if she does her jump attack, like her jump and then explosion attack, if you're behind her during it, you can actually get a 5-hit combo off pretty safely. But overall, as you can see, this weapon's kind of shredding her, even though it has low attack rating. Fist weapons have really high charged damage. Right, you just don't want to use that. Alright, so right here, you'll see if you roll behind her. Okay, I only got 4 with the 5 hits off. But if you go for 1 more... Nice. Wow, she went for another kick. I actually got a heal here. Yeah, I was worried about that afterwards, but that's okay. I finally learned that dodge, by the way. Ouch. I found out that if you stick closer during that Fade Slash, there's a high likelihood that she just doesn't go into anything afterwards. She retreats off of it, which is good too. Ooh, we got a poison. Alright, so here. Well, I didn't... She actually did stance break, or not stance break, but she posture broke for a second, but due to how her phase 2 works, or how she works, sorry, she kind of just ignored it that time. As you can see though, even though we've gone through a lot of our flasks, this weapon's kind of shredding her. I'm not... This weapon does massive damage, is what I'm getting at, really. Oh, look at that. Just ignore her, dude. Like, don't even respect her at all. Sure, chase her. Oh, the kick positioned her awkward. Oh well. That should have been the kill there, but even still, she's dead here. When it comes to resistances, I didn't check for... I guess it's strike damage. So, let me check real quick what boss is weakest to strike, and then we'll go against that, I guess, huh? It's probably gonna be... Yeah, the Sunflower, unfortunately, has the lowest resistance. But instead, I think I'd rather fight Gaius. See if I can show it off against him. Why don't we give Gaius and Mesmer one attempt each? Let's do that. But as you can see, the actual damage output on this thing is massive. I think that was a faster kill than... It was a medium kill time, but it could have been a lot faster, you know. Alright. We have Vow here, so we're just going to use that. I used it way too early. Like, a half second too early. Hey man, chill. Oh, he's already been poisoned, actually. As I show off my inability to dodge his kicks. There's the actual damage on even uncharged R2s, as you can see. It's massive. Whoops. Please don't charge me. What the heck? That was weird. Ooh, nice. Now this is a pretty easy dodge. You just roll a little early and it works. If you miss it or you don't want to dodge it that way, if you don't feel safe doing it that way, you do always have the option of Vow of the Indomitable. So this is 4 dodges back and forth. I mistimed one of them and I did a 5th one just in case, but yeah, I was worried he was going to do that. I mean, as you can see though, it's just ripping through him pretty fast. So 1, 2, 3, and I mistimed it, but that's okay. Ouch. Well, it's gonna be close. I think that does it. I don't think poison's gonna kill him, but I couldn't get it up in time, my bad. We'll just... Yeah, jump attack him. That works. There you go. Gaius down. Easier time with Gaius on this weapon than I did a lot of other weapons. Let's go do Mesmer. I'm still learning these fights, as you can tell. I'm taking a lot of hits, but I'm getting better. One thing that I think fist weapons have over a lot of other weapons is they don't have... They still have incredibly high poise damage for the fact that their charge R2 is fast, right? Like, most places where you could get an R1 punish, you could probably get at least an uncharged R2 punish. If not a follow-up with more than that. I mean, if he just wants to keep doing this, I'll take it. Ouch. I take it all back. Please don't kill me. I'm still going for it, dude. You can't stop me. Alright, I was really hoping that would kill. Or at least stance break him, not kill. My bad. There we go. Yeah, it's pretty good. Big whiff on my part, my bad. Whoa, I was really hoping that wouldn't shoot fire in all directions, but it sure did. I mean, you can see that this weapon's pretty strong. I have the Blessed Blue Dew on, and I'm realizing I haven't used the weapon art once. So, like, we're talking... I don't even have an optimal setup for this. I could have run Crimson Seed to make up for the healing, or... I could probably run Dagger Talisman on this, honestly. Let's see, any other things you'd really want? It's light enough. You probably don't get a boost with my armor, but you could run that. I mean, there's a lot of options. Rotten Wings, Ring Sword, so combo damage would be good. All these things are good options. Unfortunately, two-handing doesn't count when if it's... I'm gonna do them one more time, but with the Crimson Seed, so I don't have to force healing so much if I need to heal. Ouch, that sucks. I had the time, I think, to dodge that if I timed out my attack better. That's okay. Sheesh. Alright, well now I'm just gonna die. Don't roll backwards on that, ever. I'm lucky to be alive right now, honestly. With how that works. One thing I've noticed is, wow. The buff from one of these things, I don't know which one it is, doesn't last as long as the other. I'm assuming it's Lord of Blood's Exaltation, Lord of Kindred of Rot's Exaltation. But I could be wrong. That one seems to last, well, I know that one only lasts 20 seconds. But I'm assuming the other one lasts probably a minute then from the hand. And this isn't even max damage stacking, by the way. Like, even... I am so sorry, my dialogue is all over the place today, huh? My monologue? Anyway. You could be running the mushroom set, the mushroom helmet, to give you a bonus damage as well. When you poison, stuff like that. This weapon's actually incredibly strong, though. And when it comes to fist weapons, I think just running charge short twos... By the way, running charge short twos gives you the best damage, and they're really fast. Typically. You could also run combos and then use R1s first to build up combos for that. But these are also 2 hits on the R2s. I'm going to let you know, I went to 99 arcane, 45 strength. And that's because every point in arcane above 80 was still better scaling than after the soft cap than the strength scaling was. And I went to 45 strength because it doesn't scale with dex. What you could do instead is put that in mind or vigor or endurance. A better stat, because I think the strength got me like 5 to 10 damage. Maybe 20 at most. Which is a 5% boost, not even. So, not really that worthwhile. We'll try punching first. Actually, we should just handshake him, huh? Because he's a humanoid. And that doesn't actually do an animation, I forgot. It just looks like it should to me. Sad, he's gonna get a heal off of this too, huh? You know what, I'm not gonna let him. There we go, we got him. This weapon is pretty good. It actually hits incredibly hard. And like, I think this is kind of telling for the other weapons of this category, right? The Star Fist is just a better... It's one of the best fist weapons in general, but it's just better than the Poison Hand, probably. Even if you make it like Poison, it's probably got I don't know actually if it has better damage, but it'll have similar damage at least and still have bleed then. So, like, it's really hard to argue with the Starfist. But, I mean, like, this fist weapon that's a poison inflicting machine, like, that's all it's supposed to do, still perform better than a lot of weapons against Malenia. I don't know if that comes down to me improving for some of it, or what, but, like, she kind of didn't stand a chance. I think it goes to show just how strong fist weapons are, though. I wish I'd collected every physics tier, by the way. I don't have them all yet. If I did, I'd be running the axe one instead. So as we get into the Godfrey fight, I actually want to talk about a couple things. I've been not been doing a great job of recording on time, but that's okay. I'm thinking of starting a couple different recordings going forward. A game called EDF 6, Earth Defense Force 6, if you've heard of it, released. Those games are incredibly fun, and I'm working my way through it right now. I am quite a bit quite a far ways, however you want to word it. Quite a bit into the game. Wow, this thing hits hard, by the way. But I'm like 70% done. I think once I finish the game, I'm going to start a series on that where I beat every level in Inferno, which I've never actually 100% done before. I'm actually just going to force him to phase transition off of these, because we're going to get better DPS. Hey, like, look at this damage. Like, sheesh. Wow, what a whiff. It was a little late, but that's okay. Don't even try to dodge it. We're running past him there because of how close he was to the entrance of the arena. Just to make sure we were okay. My cats are sounding really upset. I wonder if it's the storm coming through or what, but... Were you seeing how much this thing was chunking him, by the way, at the end there? With combo damage and R2s, like, you're getting 2,000 damage and R2 off on him, and that wasn't even charging them, actually. Now, we're going to change Kindred of Rot's Exaltation just for the Golden Braid, because it's a really good thing to have against Radagon, and he can't be poisoned anyway. You could always, if you're wanting the damage buffs during this fight, you could always self-poison yourself. I think it's a little ridiculous doing that, but... It's very handy if you're into buff stacking, but I don't typically buff stack, so... You're like, look at that damage. Wait, he can be poisoned? What the heck? Wow, I was way too early on that, apparently. I didn't know Radagon could be poisoned. I was wrong, guys. I'm sorry. I kind of assumed he was immune to all statuses except Frostbite. I guess he's just immune to bleed. Really? I couldn't get around him there, huh? He's probably wanting to do triple hammers soon, I would think. Man, I hate the way he gets free hits on you if he teleports. This is another one where you could probably vow your way through. Like, I had already dodged trying to make up for the first hit that I had taken, and because of that he got 2 more hits on me. That's on me, partially. Actually, almost completely. But still. That's what makes this fight... Oh, come on, dude. Thank you. There we go. That's what we were trying to do the first time through this fight. Thank you. And then he's dead. Elden Beast really shouldn't be that bad. It can't be poisoned, I know that one for sure. But our damage is going to be so high anyway. See, look at that 1,100 damage. Like, the damage on this is really good. If you can just make up for the range. Goodbye. You might still get hit here. Nah, we're good. I gotta say, Torrent was a really good addition to this fight. I didn't think it would matter that much. I was wrong. I'll admit it. Obviously, you can't jump. You could jump off the horse on this, but, like, no reason not to. He probably wants to do rings here? No? Alright. You ever notice that it feels like his stance recovers a lot slower than a lot of other bosses? Alrighty. I mean, if he wants to keep going for melees, I don't mind at all. We'll just chain our way over to head in front of him. Honestly, I really like uncharged R2s quite a bit. I know charged R2s are probably better overall. But the actual DPS we're getting on uncharged R2s is like we're talking about the same kind of damage as like hitting R2 on a great sword, it feels like at times. Oh, you just have to deal with that range. He's probably gonna do triple rings here. I don't know if you can do that straight into, or with the Elden stars going on. The answer is yes, by the way. This kind of sucks. I won't lie. There we go. Oh, come on. I'm like right against you, dude. Actually, I didn't get hit by the explosion. Alrighty, I was trying to hang a little too close. Fine, fine. No, don't go away. He's actually doing a melee attack, so we're fine. This weapon was incredibly good. We lost to Mesmer, but that's just because I don't know the Mesmer fight yet. Strong enough to carry you through the entire game, I think. Like, easily. I gotta say I recommend it. I don't know. It's hard to really dislike fist weapons if you've got the plain fist moveset. If you have this moveset, honestly, well, no, I kind of hate that. If it wasn't a double hit on this, it would be better. That's the issue, right? Okay, I have 3 of those. I think like all of them with the thrusty moveset do the double hit. Yeah. That's just worse than the ball moveset. Slower, it doesn't do as good of like... It does just the same amount of poise damage, or similar at least. You get double hits for statuses, but like, that's not what you're worried about for fist weapons. Anyway. I think this weapon was fantastic, and it's hard to say it's bad in almost any regards besides range. These are the lowest range fist weapons, right? Like, it's something that feels kind of silly to consider, but when literally every other fist weapon has better range than you because you're just literally somebody's hand that you put on your own. Yeah, like even this thing has better range, you just can't see it easily. It's hard to miss. I mean, it doesn't really... I guess I'm wrong about that, right? It didn't really make that big a difference. I was whiffing quite a bit. Every now and then, there was a whiff that I had against Elden Beast where I was right against him and it whiffed, but overall, this weapon's really good. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.